morning students. Today I am going to continue the chapter Money and Credit. In previous video I explained you about demand deposit, check payments, how bank is doing work on loans. Now today I will explain you about credit. What is credit? Credit means loan, refers to an agreement in which the lender supplies the borrower with money, goods or services, and the borrower promises for future payment. This is the mean of credit, that when you take a loan or take a money from anyone, after some time you have to return that money. In our daily life, a large number of transactions takes place. These transactions may be on cash payment or on credit basis. These days, a good number of transactions involve credit in some form or the other. Now, what happened when a person takes credit? How does it affect him? For understand this, I will give you some examples. First example I will take, it is in the positive way of credit, that how credit gives benefit to that person. Credit taken by Mohanlal garment manufacturer. Suppose there is a festival season of Diwali and Mohanlal has received a large number of order to supply ready-made garments within 2 months' time. Now Mohanlal has to increase the production of ready-made garments. For this, he has to hire extra workers and purchase more quantity of cloth and other materials. He does not possess cash with him to meet these expenses. Mohanlal obtains credit from two sources. First, he requests the cloth merchant to supply cloth now and promise to pay him at later time. Second, he may obtain cash loan as advance payment from a large trader for 1,000 pairs of garment with a promise to deliver the order by the end of the month, or he may take loan from the bank with a promise to pay back after 2 months. After getting the credit, that is loan, from these two sources, Mohanlal increases his production and at the end of 2 months delivers the supply of ready-made garment. In this transaction, he makes a good profit and fulfills the promises for future payment against his borrowing. In this case, Mohanlal obtained the credit to meet the needs of his production. With the help of credit, he completes production and supplies ready-made garments on time. This increases his earning. In situation, credit plays a good role and positive role by improving the financial position of Mohan Lal. Now, what is the negative impact of credit or loan? Suppose a credit was taken by a small farmer named Buddhu Singh. Suppose there is a small farmer, Buddhu Singh, living in a village. He grows wheat on his 2.5 acres of land. Now he needs money to meet the immediate requirements of farming. He goes to village moneylender and obtains the loan. He hopes that he will repay the loan after ripening the harvest. But unfortunately, his crops is hit by pests and fails. Because of crop failure, he could not earn sufficient money and could not repay the loan to the moneylender. Moneylender charges an extra amount of rate of interest. The debt grows over the years into a large amount. Next year also, Buddhu Singh takes a fresh loan, hoping to manage the repayment of loans of both the years with the yield of next year's crop. He has a normal crop this year. The earning from this year's crop are not sufficient enough to repay the old loans. So he is caught in a debt trap. He is now forced to sell a part of his land to pay off the debt. In this case, when Buddhu Singh obtains credit from moneylender, he could not increase his production in sufficient quantity. The interest rate is also high. He could not repay the loan and the amount of debt goes on increasing. So, he has to forego a part of his land in order to pay the debt. Here, credit plays a negative role and lowers down the financial position of the farmer. Credit requirements of Indian farmers are basically for crop production. These include loans to buy seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, agriculture implements, and to make payments for irrigation, electricity, etc. There is normally 3 to 4 months time gap between the purchase of these inputs by the farmers and sale of the crop. Farmers usually take loans at the beginning of the season to purchase inputs of their requirements and repay them after ripening the harvest. The repayment of loan depends on the income from the farming. If it is a good harvest, farmers may get sufficient income to repay the loan. But if the crop fails, then the burden of the loan increases. Sometimes farmers face the situation of continuous crop failure. They are caught in the situation of debt trap. There is no way out and they get distressed. And out of stress and frustration, they even adopt the extreme step of suicide. In the recent years, we have seen a large number of cases of suicides by farmers, especially in Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. It is a pitiable situation in independent India. Now, from the two examples, we can learn that credit may be helpful or harmful depending upon the situation. In one case, credit provides useful, while in the other case, it goes against the borrower. So, whether credit would be useful or harmful depends on the situation. Now, you have to write question and answers in your fair copy. What is a check? Describe the advantages of check as a mode of transaction. Explain the deposit and loan activities of bank. What is a demand deposit? List two advantages of demand deposits.